Hey guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a brand new plan with me to share with you all, which I know I say every week is an exciting one, but truly and honestly, this week is super exciting because it is a collab with my friend Andrea of ScribblePrintsCo, and we are doing a no white space collab. And if you guys have been following me for however long I have been planning on Instagram and on YouTube, you know I've never done a no white space week ever, even when that was like the thing to do, you know? I don't know why. I like the look of a clean planner. Also, it looks like it took a lot of work. Like a lot of work goes into doing a no white space spread. Like you need to visualize everything even more so than usual. And I was just like, it ain't for me. But Andre and I got to talking over Christmas and we were like, wouldn't it be really cool like if we kind of put our own spin on it? Because she used to do no white space, and she was like, I think with my new style, I can figure something new out. And then I just had never done no white space. So I was like, sure, let's see what I can do. Like I love a good challenge. I do love a good challenge, but it doesn't subside the anxiety that comes with it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, this week I did absolutely no white space. I did cheat a little bit because I did not smush down my washi. I do like that little gap, and if I have to get like points taken off because there's that little gap, then so be it. But I was like, I literally cannot just smush it. I kept staring at this planner for what feels like an eternity. It took me a whole like 24 hours to plan this week. Most of it, well, as you guys know, I do like rewind planning sort of. So after the day is over, I put everything down. But I was in Israel for most of this week. So I got back on Thursday evening. So most of my week was already like memory style anyway. I don't know where I'm going with any of this. But yeah, so basically, no white space planning is when there is absolutely no white space left over. You cover everything and every inch that you can, there goes my voice, with a sticker. And I said I sort of cheated because I didn't squish down the washi, but my sidebar is squished. And the reason I'm saying I kind of cheated is because this Lil B washi with the gold foiled roses is kind of still like white space, so it's not completely solid, and I feel like that gave me some peace of mind. I really do love a white space spread, and just saying, like it makes it feel so clean to me, and it like looks less cluttered because I feel like no white space can look cluttered really fast, and I don't know where to look. But yeah, anyway, where was I going with any of this? So yeah, I put down everything like I normally would on a regular week. So the washi, the glitter headers, the full boxes, I put some ScribblePrintsCo foil overlays on top of the full boxes, and I scatter them like I would any other week. I didn't want to use check boxes because, like I said, I was away for this week, so there was a lot I wanted to memory plan, and I didn't want to put it in a checklist. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I probably could have just put the box down, and that's like instant washi, but I didn't think that through very well till just now. So yeah, this Lil B washi is a lifesaver. I love how my sidebar came out, by the way. Like, you're gonna see it. So yeah, let me just attempt my hardest to explain what it is that I'm doing. So after putting everything down, I put the little page flag up at the top, I put the date covers down, and then I scattered the deco on top of the dates, and then I put down the full box with the girl in it with a full box overlay on top of that. Then I placed down a few bits of that washi just to like cover up my space, and I did have to white out a lot of the lines because, like I said, I kind of cheated, and this washi is like a little bit transparent, so it gives me that little white space peace of mind. Then after that, I grabbed 2 of the habit trackers in this kit and I placed them down. I didn't put any icons on them this time just because I did not wash my face, nor did I remember to take any of my vitamins. I actually forgot I had my vitamins with me. So there was that. I did spend a lot of time looking for my vitamins before I left, though, because it was super important that I had them, but that never ended up happening. So my 2 habits I put down were don't get drunk and take off my makeup, because that was like the equivalent of washing my face. But like at the bare minimum, if I took off my makeup, I was solid. So yeah, I just thought the don't get drunk would be funny because I drank more on this trip than I had in a very long time. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you'll know I declared that I can no longer drink. Still very true. I got back home and my the thought of having alcohol is just like, no, but that could just be because I had many a beverage many an alcoholic beverage away on my trip. But I'm just going to thank whatever Jewish gods that made it so I only was like slightly hungover, because the amount of alcohol I consumed with my stomach issues should have just bad time. Should have been a bad time, but it was an okay time. And I'm just very thankful for that. I'm still not going to be drinking in my day-to-day life now, but it was really fun to do that in Israel with a ton of my new friends. Okay, where am I going? So after that, I placed down more of that gold washi. To anywhere that I would use a little gap of space, I put down that washi just to cover it up and make a smush sidebar. It came out looking elegant and whatever. It was pretty. So after the habit trackers, I put down the squared off quarter box label that comes on the freebie with the SPC new releases, with the little fangirl munchkin in there. And I wrote best trip ever, hashtag, and I'm gonna curse, fuck yeah, because that was the sort of hashtag of my birthright group. I remember how it happened, I just don't know why, but we were all a very enthusiastic bunch of people, so fuck yeah, that was our hashtag. Then after that, I placed down another squared off quarter box to put in that I also started school this week, the very next day after I got off my flight, which still recovering from being in like 7 time zones down, being super dehydrated and not getting any amounts of sleep. But your girl went to school, she went to chem lab, and it was great. So for that box, I also later put down a munchkin holding a little pencil, because school, pencils. And then after that, I just grabbed a to-do header and one of the ombre heart checklists and placed those down in between some of that gold washi. And then I went ahead and filled everything out. So like always, all the pens and tools I use will be listed down below in the description box, along with any of the stickers that I will probably forget to mention, but I will do my best, because you guys are about to see how scatterbrained I was trying to piece a no white space spread together. It does take a lot more brain energy, and I gotta tell you right now, it's not relaxing. Like if I had to do no white space every week, I think I would just stop, or I would have eventually reverted back to white space at some point, because it is just a lot of brain power. And it was like fun for me for this challenge, but I don't think I want to do it again, is all I'll say. But Andrea's spread came out banging, and she was like, I liked doing this. And I was like, you go girl, more power to you. I think she's going to be doing it again, which she should, because it did come out super stinking beautiful. But I will be reverting back to my white space planning, because it gives me a clearer head, even though I am back planning. My mind never makes any sense. I'm trying to figure out if the best thing to do is to narrate everything I'm doing, because it's going to be a lot of back and forth. And if you think I can remember how I started planning on Monday, even though it was only yesterday or today, I guess. What time is it? I don't know. Or just tell you guys stories of the day and then maybe mention a few stickers. I don't know, but here we go. So the first thing I started off doing was putting down a piece of washi, because normally I would leave a little gap in between there, but I was like, okay, if I'm going to leave a gap, I'll put down a piece of washi, put down that thick piece. Don't know why I put down that thick of a piece, but there you go. Regretted it instantaneously, but left it because I was like, Then I grabbed a little thing, which by the way are a lifesaver for no white space planning, and then a clinking glass mini icon from the kit to mark I'm going to butcher this, Shehianu ceremony, which I remember we went somewhere, we can see the Dome of the Rock. We saw the Dome of the Rock, and it was a beautiful view. We stood in a circle, we said a blessing, and then we drank grape juice, because we weren't supposed to have wine. Like, we weren't allowed to have alcohol on this trip, guys, but you know. So, yeah, we had a Shehianu ceremony. I Can't tell you why. I feel really bad. A lot of the things we did on the trip was like get on the bus, show up somewhere, do the thing, but we didn't exactly know why we were doing the thing. Like there was no backstory. And then my tour guide was phenomenal. She knew so much, but it was like after sleep deprivation on day 3, and this Monday was this was a week, okay? So that was like day 7. I like could not retain any of the information. And even on like Tuesday, I can actually feel my ADD kicking in, which was terrible. And I've never felt that sensation before, but I never want to feel it again because I felt so dumb. But yeah, so after the Shehianu ceremony, sorry if I'm butchering it, we went to the Kotel, so the Western Wall, and we actually like got bat mitzvah. So if you hadn't gotten a bar or bat mitzvah, they actually offered it to you, and the boys got to do it. They got their bar mitzvah on the men's side of the Western Wall. I'm so bitter about this. And then all the girls did was like, we signed our name, we signed our information, and we were like, what our Hebrew name is going to be. I already had one, but I just had never been bar mitzvah. Your girl went to Disney World. And then we went to the Western Wall. We put a little note into the wall, which is something you can do. You can make like a wish and you thank God. And we did that. And then I'm like, oh, okay, so when are we getting bat mitzvah? Because it's almost time to meet up at the bus. And turns out, no, girls just signed that piece of paper and they're hallelujah, bat mitzvah. And I was like, what? Okay, cool. And the reason I was upset was because before that, like the week, because I didn't film a plan with me for the last week, but we went to learn about mikvahs. I don't know how to pronounce that one. There were like 4 pronunciations of it between my group alone. I don't know which is correct. But basically, the boys got a mikvah, and it's like a cleansing in a pool. And all the girls did was get an education about it. And I was like, yeah, so when we get in mikvah? And it's only... No, we were not getting mikvah, so that was great. The boys got to go swimming in a pool and have this great spiritual experience, and the girls just got to talk about sex and their bodies and how we are a vessel for men. Okay, I feel like I should put a rating on this plan with me, but I don't know. So after our bat mitzvah, a bunch of the girls and I went to go get a pizza because we were really, really hungry and we'd had so much shawarma up until this point. So we were like, pizza sounds so good. And they had hot sauce. So, I was living for it. Then after that, we went to a place where they taught us how to make challah bread, which is really cool. I'd never made challah bread before. They pretty much made it and we got to braid it, which still is fine by me. Didn't have to touch anything. And it was really cool because we were at, like, the view from the terrace was the whole Western Wall and the view was incredible. So like I didn't even, like, while they were making the challah bread and mixing all the flour and ingredients together, I was just like contemplating life and staring out into the distance, and it was glorious and so magical and I loved it. So that was like my own little bat mitzvah, if you will. Then after that, we had a very long drive to the Bedouin tents, and then we spent the night at the Bedouin tents, which is in the desert, and all 40 of us stayed in a really, really big tent and slept on mattresses. It was really cool. I really enjoyed the experience. My sister said that a lot of stuff was supposed to happen there. Everyone just fell asleep. We were all so tired. But before that, we sat around the campfire. We gave out little appreciation gifts to the Israeli soldiers that were with us, because the Israeli soldiers also get to do a sort of birthright where they get to meet American Jews, and the American Jews get to meet like Israeli Jews, which is really cool. I loved them so much. I was so sad to see them go afterwards because that was their last day with us. But yeah, so we sat around the campfire. It was great. We played songs, gossiped. It was great. And then we all fell asleep. So moving on to Tuesday, like I said, all the stickers I use will be listed down below because I feel like I'm not mentioning any of them because I've gone into full storytelling mode because I don't know how to describe what it is that I'm doing with, like, I put a piece of washi down and then a sticker and there's a hair in my mouth. Hold on. That was gross. There was just a really long piece of hair in my mouth and I'm like really uncomfortable thinking about it because every time there's like a piece of hair in my mouth, I think of The Ring and I'm like, I ain't about that life. So anyway, moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I put down was a little thing along with the alarm clock mini icon because we had a 5 a.m. wake up call. And did anyone go to sleep before 3? No. So we were all super duper tired. Everyone's alarm clock was going off. Like I said, we were in a big tent, so everyone's alarm clocks were going off, but no one was waking up. So I was like, I guess I'll just go back to sleep. No, but the reason we woke up so early was because we were going to Masada, which is a very holy place. I don't know how to describe these things. I do know what I'm talking about. I'm just not very good at describing it. But we hiked up this desert mountain and it was amazing. It felt so good, especially after like waking up at 5. It was a great way to wake up. So we hiked up this whole mountain. We sat on this mountaintop terrace. It was like old ruined terrace. It was so beautiful. You just look out into the distance, there's mountains, and then we're all just kind of tired, so no one's talking very much, and we're all just staring out into the distance. And then this was like so picturesque. There was a mountain in the distance, and the sun popped up right between the two mountains, and it was so beautiful. I loved it so much. I love me a good sunrise. I love me a good sunset. So to see that, I was just like, this is all, the whole trip was beautiful. I wish I could go do it again. I mean, not right now because that flight is killer and I'm tired still, but it was a really beautiful sight. And I'm like, I see why they try to get people to come to Israel, especially Jews, because I feel like I had a preconception of what Israel was like, and I was completely proven wrong in like the modern sort of sides of Israel and then all like the beautiful sights and everything like that. So yeah. But then after our sunrise hike to Masada, what did we do? Oh yeah, we went back to the Bedouin tents. We had breakfast and then we rode a camel for like 5 seconds. It was exciting and terrifying all at the same time. They were so angry, which I get, like, us humans on top, it's not great, but me and my friend Kelly shared a camel, and good thing we were wearing helmets, because the way these camels get up, we would have like smashed our skulls together because they just bopped right into each other. I still don't understand how these camels got up. It's like up, down, and then the camel stands up. It was really weird, but it was really exciting, and I laughed the whole time. This whole day, I was kind of high on life, because like you starting off with the sunrise, got to ride a camel. I think I had eaten like a decent breakfast this day, which like I said, I hadn't eaten in a while. And then, oh yeah, here's me freaking out because I can't fit everything that I want to. That's another thing about no white space planning. I feel like you can't fit in everything that you want to, or at least I'm just not used to it. And I know on a normal day I can fit in 8 little kind of things, and then if I'm putting in a half box, usually it's 6 things. So I didn't know how to space everything out, and I didn't know when to use the washi from the kit and when to use the washi from the roll of Lil Bee washi, just because the washi in the kit is solid. And then mine is kind of transparent, so a little bit of that white space. And I'm like, is it going to look squished in the middle and then not whenever I use that transparent washi? Is anyone following my train of thought here? Because this is a lot. But after riding the camel, I was super stoked because we were going to the Dead Sea. I had seen so many oceans. I've seen the Mediterranean Sea, and we didn't get to go into any of them. But, you know, your girl's a mermaid who loves the water. I love being in the ocean. So to get to go to the Dead Sea, I was super excited. So we went to the Dead Sea. It was phenomenal. It was wild. First of all, it hurt. I made sure to shave 2 days before, and I still felt all the pores opening up from where like the hair follicles were missing, but it was fine. It hurts your toes when you walk in. I think my sister said it wouldn't be too bad, but there was just salt crystals all over the ground and it hurt. Everyone had to keep like swapping shoes to get in and out. It was wild. But as soon as you got like deeper into the water and everybody was in the water, it was only my group of birthright people who were like even at the sea. So that was really nice. We didn't have to be bothered with anybody. And then you got to float. Like you literally just lift your legs up and you're floating, which is wild. I couldn't stop laughing. At one point, someone bumped into me and my body started rolling. And because you're floating, like you just keep rolling on top of the water until you get your footing. I thought that was just so funny. But I loved the Dead Sea. You can't spend more than 10 minutes in it, which sucks, but it was okay because I loved it so much. So yeah, let's move on. So after the Dead Sea, we went to go get lunch. We only spent an hour there, but like I said, you're only allowed to spend 10 minutes in the water anyway, because then you get super dehydrated. And all of us, I feel like we're already pretty much dehydrated because no one was drinking water like they were supposed to. So we went to a little marketplace and I was like, I don't even care that we're in Israel. I want McDonald's. So most of us went to McDonald's. I got myself a Big Mac. It was the most glorious thing ever. Made me even more happier. Like just everything about this day was just like leading up to my like just pure joy. Then we ended up driving to the kibbutz, which we didn't know we were even in the kibbutz when we were in the kibbutz. I don't know what the kibbutz are. I think it's just like a little farm area. And we were in the West Bank, which kind of freaked me out a little bit because we didn't know. So we went there. We had a few meetings. This is when my ADD kicked in because we were having a sort of intellectual meeting. Like we did talk about like a lot of like political stuff and educational things, but this was like a group work activity where we had to like really use our brain. And I know that sounds real stupid, but nobody was explaining it to me properly. And then my ADD just like went, phew, and I could not concentrate on anything. It was making me really anxious that I didn't understand what was going on or what like the task was. So I had to walk out of that. But then when I walked out, I saw that there was a playground. So after the meeting, me and a bunch of my girlfriends from the trip, we went to the playground. There was like a teacup thing. There was a big swing. My friend Kelly, who's 6'2", got stuck in a baby swing because she thought that was a good idea to get into. So it was a lot of fun. And then a bunch of us just went to some of the boys' rooms, I think because they were conjoined somehow. So it was like a really big space and everyone just partied. It was great. I drank a lot of Jameson, like straight out the bottle. That was really fun, I guess. Like I said, I could have woken up the next day with a bigger hangover with my face in the toilet, but I didn't. So thankful to the Jew gods for letting that happen. Okay, I feel like I should be talking about the stickers, but it's just a lot happening at once, but you guys see it. I think it's turning out really cute. When I got to this point and when I started filling everything out, I really enjoyed how everything was turning out. But I kept texting Andrea pictures and updates. She wouldn't show me hers, so I wouldn't be like influenced from like what she did, which is good because I wanted to kind of like if this was going to be a challenge and if I was going to do it, then I wanted it to be like my attempt at it. So she never sent it to me, but I kept sending her pictures and I was like, I like it, she's cute, but I never want to do this again, which is still very true. So moving on to Wednesday, the first thing I marked, of course, was that I had a hangover. Not as bad of a hangover as I usually have, like in nowadays, but still, 'twas a hangover and I felt it. And we had to keep riding on a bus, which was not fantastic. Then after that, we went to a place called Yad Sarah, which is a really cool hospital where the doctors and all like the volunteers and like the staff are all volunteers, which is really, really cool. If you ever go there, their tour is phenomenal. You feel like you're at Disney World. Me and my friend Caitlin were at one point there was like animatronics. There was like 180 projection, and it kind of felt like the beginning of the Rock and Roller Coaster ride at Disney World and Hollywood Studios, if you've ever been. And at one point, me and Caitlin were like, who wants backstage passes? Because that's honestly what it felt like. It was really cool to tour it. Didn't know why we went to there. Like, I don't know. It was really cool, and I understand and appreciate it, but they like did not tell us why we went there. So maybe they did on the bus. But by the time we got back on the bus, your girl was asleep, which is a new skill of mine, is to fall asleep on the bus. Look at me go, putting down all these stickers. Oh, yeah, because I wasn't filming me filling everything out because it was going to take forever. So, okay, let's go through Wednesday. So after the Yad Sarah tour, we went to a marketplace, and me and Kelly, my friend Kelly, went to go get lunch, and we decided, why not? Let's drink a little more. So I had a cider and went from feeling tipsy to back to drunk within the span of one cider. She had 3 and she got lit. So that was kind of funny to take care of my 6'2" friend and make sure, because we were on the tour, so it wasn't like we were back in the hotel, so we were like, had to play it cool, but she's like wild sober, so I feel like she played it off really well. Then we visited a bell cave and a few other places that looked really, really cool, so I marked that down. And then it was our last night in Israel on Wednesday. I didn't drink this day because I felt my body already like betraying me and saying like, girl, I gave you what I gave you on this trip, which is more than I would give you in your normal life, so thank me and don't drink. And our wake up time was at 5 a.m. So, wake up time was at 5 a.m. So everyone was trying to stay up. People were drinking, but I was just kind of like chilling in the background. So I wouldn't drink because I knew I would have a really bad stomach ache. And I did not want to be hungover on an 11.5-hour flight. So that was a really good decision. We played a game called Zoomy Zoomy, which is a new to me game. Most drinking games are new to me because I didn't have that whole like college drinking experience. I didn't start drinking till I was 21, believe it or not. So that's actually a game they played the night before on Tuesday, but my ADD was so bad that the way the game was going, if you've ever played that game, you'll see why my mind was kind of going crazy. But it's a really easy game, and I sort of regret not playing it the night before when I actually could have participated and drank. But they were like, if you mess up this game, just have someone drink for you. And I was like, that's fine by me. And then I just put the last thing on Wednesday was an up all night sticker. Okay, let's move on to Thursday. So Thursday was the day that we left Israel, which was really, really bittersweet, and it was really sad. These 10 days felt like months on my end, which is I came back really disoriented, and I was like, what is planning? What is planning world? What is my life? Because if that felt like my life, I felt like I was there for an entire summer, and I still can't believe it's only January because so much time feels like it has passed. I know these people, like I've known people for much, much longer, which is bananas. But yeah, so we hung out at the airport because we left super early to make sure we got through customs and through all the security points, which in Israel are super duper strict. And they're like, don't laugh. And I was like, I don't know how to not laugh or smile. So we hung out at the airport, and then I had an 11.5-hour flight back home to JFK, which was so long. Like, it's just imagine spending half a day on a plane. Like, I can't imagine it. Kelly was hungover, which I felt for her. And then she was getting anxiety, which I also felt for her because you cannot get off that plane. There was really bad turbulence at one point, which I was not a fan of. It was terrifying. At one point, the entire people in passengers, we went through turbulence and they were like, woohoo! And all you hear is me go, shut the fuck up, because my anxiety had kicked in because I do not like turbulence. Like if the plane bounces, I can't rationalize that in my head that I'm like, we're not going to go down. That's just me. And I was like, please stop saying woohoo, because we're not on a roller coaster. So yeah, I also put down that we had group chat shenanigans. So after maybe 6 hours, everyone had pretty much most of us had woken up except for those who took ZZ Quill, which good for them. I wish I had taken some to make sure I slept through the whole flight. So I just marked that we were all in the group chat, being funny and asking where the food was because we were served 2 meals and we were all getting really hangry. And then I put down that we had our airport goodbyes, which were really sad. Most of these people do live on the East Coast. My friend Kelly lives on the West Coast, which sucks. But the girls got frequent flyer miles, and I'll find any excuse to leave. So she lives in California, and I'm like, I'm here. Let's go. Then I wrote down that I lost my voice, which I had been losing my voice for a majority of this week. And then I just had completely lost it on Thursday, and by Friday, it was just gone. And then my sister was like, are you hungry? And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, I'm going to take you to Buffalo Wild Wings. So we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, but I hadn't realized, I thought I got a decent amount of sleep and I wasn't feeling very jet lagged. I still don't understand how jet lag works. I need to figure it out because right now we're on Monday morning and I'm getting 8 hours of sleep, but for some reason I still crash at 6 p.m., which is 1 a.m. Israel time. So I wrote down that I knocked out because now I'm really good at falling asleep in moving vehicles. And also if I'm not stimulated for 5 minutes, I just fall asleep anywhere. Right now, if I wasn't talking and just laying on my bed, I would have fallen asleep. Going to school, commuting to school, falling asleep. Get in a car. If I'm not driving, I'm falling asleep. It's a new talent and I can't wait for it to go away because it's just it does not make for a good time for people you're hanging out with when you're just falling asleep mid-sentence. So yeah, that was Thursday, and Friday we're back to real life. Friday was my first day back to school. So I marked that with, I like how I'm telling you what I'm marking it with when I haven't been telling you for a while, but I marked that with a squared off quarter box. Real cute. It is my spring semester, 2.5 more years of school to go. I'm ready for it. It was my first ever chem class, ever. I never took chem in high school. I did not take chem in college for my undergrad. None of it. So I was super excited. We watched this 80s safety video. It was really good. And he let us out within the hour. And I was like, oh, okay, bye. So on my commute to school, though, like I said, I lost my voice and my throat hurt really bad. So I got some tea at Au Bon Pain. And then on the way home from school, I got some ginger ale because my throat was super duper irritated. And I saw a pack of tropical halls. And I was like, I'm all about this, which I feel like I want some right now, but it's in a either in my purse or my backpack, and I don't know which, and I'm not confident that I can figure it out right now. So yeah, I got some ginger ale and Halls. It felt really good. I went home and I was like, oh, okay, well, school started. Why would school start on a Friday? Like, that's such a random day to start school. But then when I got home, I decided to unpack because surprisingly, or I guess not surprisingly, I did not unpack when I got home. There was a lot of stuff in my suitcase on Thursday, and I did not want to deal with going through everything, so I just didn't. And then I had to sort out through all my clothes. I usually pack way more stuff on trips. Like, my bag only weighed, oh, were they doing it in kilos? Oh, that makes so much sense. I thought my bag only weighed 21 pounds, but now that I'm thinking about it, it was in kilos. Shit. I thought I was doing really good with the underpacking. Guess not. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff in my luggage. I was like, why was there so much stuff? So I had to sort out through all my clothes, like what was going into the laundry and then what was going back into my closet, and then putting away all of my makeup and things like that, which one of my eyeshadow palettes exploded and I had to clean off all my makeup, which was a great time. And then after that, Carla came over so I could tell her all about my adventures in Israel, which there are so many versions of my trip to Israel that I was like, which one do you want to hear? Like, choose your own adventure. Like, what do you want to hear about? And it took a while to explain. What was I saying? It took a while to explain the story time. It was a very long 10 days, guys. Like, I think I did a pretty good what? I'm losing my train of thought. I think I did a pretty good job explaining everything without going into all of the side stories and things like that. So very proud of me. Okay, moving on to Saturday, I woke up and I started to plan out the week before this because there were no stickers down. And I was like, I need to do that before I tackle this week. So while I was planning, I was watching Bohemian Rhapsody, which freaking love so much. It's my third time watching it and it was so amazing. So, and then after that, I needed to plan last week, which is really funny because now if you flip between this week and my last week looks like I did nothing because it looks it doesn't look like I didn't do anything. It just looks super empty because it's not jam-packed like every inch in some sort of sticky bit. So after planning or trying to plan my day, I went to Starbucks with my sister because we had tickets to go see Waitress, the musical, which was my second time going to see it and her first. And the reason I got those tickets was because she had been wanting to see Waitress, but Sarah Bareilles was, she's playing Jenna for a short amount of time. And I know my sister really likes Sarah Bareilles or just wanted to see her in the show because she's the one who wrote the music. So I was like, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's, like, we're going to go see it. My mom paid for the tickets, but it technically was a gift from my mom, but I was like, Mom, she wants this, go get it for her. So we went and it was really hilarious. There was a part where the actors broke character. I love when actors break character. That's such a weird thing, but when something's really funny and you see all the actors oh, there's my head. All the actors even laughing about it. It's just, it's a lot of fun and everyone just applauds. It's like when you watch SNL or did watch SNL and Bill Hader would always break character. That's my absolute favorite. So yeah, we went to go see Waitress and then after that we really wanted guac, or at least I did. Actually, I still don't have my appetite back. I lost 10 pounds in Israel, which for me is a lot of pounds because normally I can't lose any weight. So we went to get Dos Caminos. It was a real whole thing to try to go get there because they were all booked. And every time we called either of the Dos Caminos in Manhattan, they were like, no, we're fully booked. So then I looked up on Open Table. They were not fully booked. They had so many available reservations that I was like, what are they trying to play out? So we went to Dos Caminos in Soho. And then after that, I got home and I was exhausted. I fell asleep on the bus as my talents now let me do. Fell asleep on the bus, got home, took a bath, fell asleep in the bathtub. I was in there for 45 minutes and then I just finished up my last week planning and watched a ton of YouTube videos because I missed out on a week and a half's worth. Still catching up on all of those videos, but I will get through it. And then last but not least, we are moving on to Sunday. What happened on Sunday? On Sunday, we had leftover guacamole because me and my sister thought we could finish a large, which no, that is a lot of avocados. That is for like a family of 5 to eat that much guacamole. But we had leftovers, so I was like, ooh, I'll make some avocado toast for breakfast. So I did that. Also, what I liked about this week and the last week, which you guys don't get to see, but I did end up getting to use a lot of my stickers from the, like my little sticker book, which are just like extra freebie stickers. They don't come on a sticker sheet and they're just like random stickers. So I was really happy that I got to use some of those. Then after that, my sister and my mom were going to go to Trader Joe's, and I saw that there was a sale at Michael's, and there was a really pretty place in Israel called Baha'i Gardens. I think you could Google it, but it's a really gorgeous place, and we were at the top of it. It's like this big gated garden with, I think it's a mosque, some sort of religious temple of sorts. And I don't know if it was my picture. A lot of us took pictures and we uploaded them to the WhatsApp group. And if you have WhatsApp and didn't turn off your instant photo save, like, you'll know that every picture that someone posts in a group like WhatsApp, a WhatsApp group, like, it gets saved to your phone instantaneously. So I don't know who took the picture, but it's a really pretty view, like looking down onto the city. I don't remember, what was it, Haifa? I don't know. It all blended together, guys. I'm really sorry. I wish I could be more geographically correct. But basically, it was a really beautiful picture, and was just like inspired to paint it. So I saw that Michael's was having 20% off of everything. I do have a few oil paints. I didn't have any canvases. So I was like, hey, I'll come to Trader Joe's if someone takes me to Michael's. So we ended up going to Trader Joe's, and then I went to Michael's, picked up a few paints. I know like in art school, they teach you to make your own colors and you only really need 3, but I wanted to make sure I had the perfect red and the perfect amount of it, because there were little bits of red in that photo. Like, I'll share it on Instagram and either my personal or planner one, but I'm excited to get to painting while school isn't crazy just yet, and it'll be really nice because I feel like my anxiety has kicked into high gear a little bit. Trying to ignore it, probably not the best solution, but maybe the painting will help it out a little bit. So yeah, we went to Michael's, and then after that, I got my nails done, which is glorious. I got them done for Valentine's Day, so you got the red and the pink going on in there. I think it flipped like somewhere during the sidebar part, didn't even notice. But after I got my nails done, I went to a dinner with my dad and my sister in Brooklyn, and it was really nice. Me and my dad were both half asleep. He went to a brunch beforehand, and I think he drank a little, so he was super tired. And then driving to Brooklyn was like we were just so exhausted. And like I said, past 6 p.m., your girl does not breathe. Like, your girl just goes to sleep. So I was kind of falling asleep at the restaurant. It was not being a good, like companion? I don't know. But once we got home, I sat down and no white spaced the crap out of this week, which I think I ended up doing a good job. I hope I ended up doing a good job. It took way too long. It took a lot of brain power, which I was like, I can't do this every week. But you sort of get the swing of things after a while. So I think I'm very happy to have this week in my planner. What am I doing? Oh, I'm just finagling around. I love a good half box sticker that is decorated. Like, I didn't even think to use more of these during the week, but I ended on a good note on Sunday to take up a lot of space, and it did take me a lot of time to do this. So yeah. Also, I don't know why I randomly decided to put down the weekend banner. I think I looked to see if it would look cute, and I was like, yeah, I dig it. I like it. And I put down a weekend banner, which I haven't done in a very long time. So yeah, ta-da! Here is the week in full, and here's a bit of a close-up. So you see that every nook and cranny is covered in a sticker, at least in the full box aspect. And yeah, I really like how it turned out. I'm super happy with it. It came out way better than I expected. I think Andrea nailed the challenge. I think I also nailed the challenge. Let's do on that positive thinking thing. I think I also nailed the challenge. She nailed it to the point where she she knows she's going to do it again, but this is just not for me. I don't know. I can see everything. It doesn't look as cluttered as I thought it would, probably because I know what everything is and what it all means. But yeah, I'm going to go back to my white space planning what I'm good at, what I'm comfortable with. This Taurus girl, she tried it. She liked it, but she never gonna do this again. Probably not, but not high tip, but pro tip, because now I'm a pro at this, obviously. Little things are your absolute friend, and like rolls of washi, like with designs on them, your absolute friend to get this done. So yeah, let me know down below how you think I did. Did me or Andre win? Actually, don't compete us, because she had a Disney spread and I feel like that automatically wins. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm glad to be back into the swing of things of Plan With Me's regularly scheduled planning, whitespace style. We'll be back next week, and I'm excited for that because it's going to be a Harry Potter week. Yay! I don't know what's happening next week, but I just know the kit I'm using is Harry Potter, Akios no. It's going to be good. Okay, yeah. Hope you guys are having a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye!